Hey guys, so today we're going to replace the ICC unit with the one that I prepped in the last video. To get started, it's quite simple really. We just got to focus on the simple things. We're going to remove this first, which can be done by hand, and then this cover will come out, and then once this cover pops out, we'll go to remove the little two trims on the side. So let's give it a crack. Ooh, that's filthy and it's cleaning. So now there's these two screws here. I believe this one's one here. Well, that screw comes off, that screw comes off, and these literally just unclip. Now we remove this little screw here and that little screw there to remove this compartment here. Once the screw has been removed from here and here, you should just be able to pull this out, and then you undo the wiring in the back to pull out the compartment completely. Okay, with that compartment out of the way from under here, now you can sort of see these bolts are exposed. So for example, we got to get to this one, that one down there, so that's two, and it's the same on this side, right? But before we do that, now we're going to pop this off. This is the tricky part because depending on how long they've been in the car, they can potentially crack when you remove it. From memory, you got to pry from this top part here and on the side here, and that should just unclip off to reveal the bolt that's at the top here. All right, let's give that a go. So for this exercise, you're supposed to use a trim remover, but I got lazy and used a flathead screwdriver. Because a screwdriver is made of metal, you got to be very careful with how you go about prying it. So I was able to just insert it from under here and just pull up a little bit, and you have to do that really lightly, gently, so you don't crack anything. So once this was able to pull up, it's as simple as picking it up, and these are the two things I was holding it in place. So we'll put that away for now. Now we reveal that screw there, which we'll have to remove. So number one, we remove this one. And number two, we get to this bolt and that one in there, and the same on that end. Once these come out, this should be held on by a couple of clips on either side. So we should be able to just pull lightly and then unplug all the cables. So we've removed that top screw. Now using a size 8 socket, here we go, number 8. We should be able to remove all these ones. Okay, so once these bolts are out, you should be able to just grab from the top here and from the bottom here to pry it out, like so. Where are we? See how that's all loosened up? Okay, so when you've got to this stage, now you gotta go unplug these things. Once you undo all these plugs, I think there's 4 all up. Once you undo these plugs, you should be able to pull out the whole thing. So to give you guys an idea, because even if I were to put the camera underneath there, it's too dark to show anything. So first things first, I removed that white plug. So to give you an idea, I'm undoing all this from the what do you call it, the body control module, the BCM. So here's another one which I have from my other one. So that white plug that you just seen, so that's underneath like that in this one. So what we're trying to do by feel, just by looking at it, the clips are pretty much, see this tab there, that's that white one there. So what I did by feel is I pushed this with my thumb and pulled it down, which is what came out of this one. So to do the next one by feel, I'll have to get, see that spot there? I'll have to like do that by hand and push that tab there and pull out. And then when I get to this one, more than likely the tab will be on the side. So I pull the tab here, pull out, and it's the same on this end. Press the thingo here and then pull it out. This is going to be a bit fiddly, so I'll see you on the other side. So that's the plug number 1 that needed to come out, which was this one, which you press and then pull down. Same with the black one here. You see that little tab there? That's what you press. That's the tab on the top part there. And then plug number 3 is the green one, which is the square one there. And then that last one was such a pain. I'll put a separate video so you guys can get an idea of what I was talking about. Even though I pressed the little clip on the side here, I really had to, like, you know, move left, right, left, right, left, right until I sort of was able to pull it down. That's it there. So after all the plugs are removed, we should be able to pry this out. I'm just going to do this one hand, so bear with me. Well, here's the old ICC unit, and we'll replace it with this one. So we're going from the old screen here, analog, digital, whatever you want to call it, to the color screen unit. Before we plug it all in, we got to swap that body control module here. So BCM, I guess, or BEM, whatever you call this. So this box is located down the bottom. This blue one come out of this one. So I took this out, 4 screws. So if you look at this one, now, because this one is the one that come out of my car, I'm gonna have to swap the equivalent of this one, which is down the bottom here, which I'll show you in a second, onto this one. And then once you do that, it should be a plug and play. Should be. Let's find out. Okay, let's get cracking. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove these 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're gonna remove that little plug down there. And we're gonna move this out of the way. This comes out. Okay, so the blue one was the original one on this one, so we've swapped this one out and we're putting the one from the car, from the factory one from the car, to swap onto the new one. Okay, so we put the first 2 screws in. Now we're just going to line up the rest of this stuff. Fair warning, patience is a prerequisite to do this, and that is something I do not have. So if I can do it, there's no reason why you can't. All right, so I've successfully swapped the factory BCM module onto my new ICC. So hopefully now that should just be a plug and play application. So moment of truth, let's put everything back together and see how she works. Okay, so here we are. I've installed it in the car. I think color-wise it's come out how I wanted. I'll have to give it a bit of a polish. So yeah, let's find out. We've put everything back together. We've just reversed the way we've done it. So, moment of truth, eh? Ooh, and there you have it. So even after replacing the module down the bottom, we're still getting a security code error. Let's find out if the car would actually start. Okay, so car's running. We still have a security code. Is the aircon working? Aircon control seems to be working. Yep, that's working. Yeah, so this bottom part here is working. I don't know if I can get a CD to come out or... So it's the radio component that's not working. So what that tells me is... Oh, let me turn this off. what that tells me is I'll just have to do the inevitable and take it to Ford and explain to them what I've done. Not every story has a happy ending, but thanks to the forums and the Facebook pages, I was able to get this far. So hopefully in our next video, we'll have this sorted. Thanks for watching.